Welcome everyone in financial services classes. Okay, so today we'll continue with the venture capital topic. Okay, the last class about venture capital meaning, features and the methods we have seen. Okay, so today we'll talk about some good things related to venture capital and some limitations related to your venture capital. So very quickly in your language, advantages and disadvantages of venture capital. So let's start quickly. So first thing, we'll discuss about the advantages or merits or whatever the benefits or whatever the good things you are going to get if you are going to avail the finance help or support through the venture capital financing method. Okay, so very first is large amount of capital can be raised. Okay, generally in your banks and other financial institution, okay, for small business or for startups, okay, some limitations are there, okay, that you can raise only this much amount, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, okay, some limitations are there on basis of amount. More than that amount they will not give you as the business loan, even your project is too good. Okay, they will take some different steps but they will not give you the beyond that amount. Loans is not available. But in case of if you go for the venture capital, okay, venture capital for a seed stage, okay, seed stage, that is your just starting stage. In details about the seed stage we'll learn or we'll study in the next classes. Okay, but right now just seed stage, that is your startup. Okay, just starting you are. Okay, and at that stage also in terms of venture capital, okay, you can say more than 25 million, okay, the capital or the financial help is available. Okay, and that's why even the startups also wants to or like to approach the venture capital, or you can say that too much of limitations are not there. Okay, if you have the potentiality you will get the financial support through the venture capitalist. Fine, that is your first advantage. Next advantage is help managing risk is provided. Okay, so whenever you are going to get the venture capital help, fine, definitely you have some risk in that startup, but experienced team, okay, with the help of experienced team you can grow very nicely, your operation can grow very nicely, and even you can solve your some of the major issues also. Okay, and generally we believe that venture capitalists, okay, whichever financial institutions are involved in providing the venture capital financial support, they are having the experience and they can help you to manage your business properly. Fine, that is another advantage. Next is your monthly payment not required. Now just think, if you are going to take a personal loan, okay, for small business, then you have to do the regularly payments, installment payments. But in case of your venture capital, there are no regular payments for your business to make. Okay, it is kind of, you can say, free till the time you are not going to start your selling, actual selling, or till the time you can say you have not reached to the step of commercialization. Okay, here they will allow your business to grow, improve the products and to go for a large team. Even you can have the different steps also, different steps funding also. Okay, so you don't have to go for the any regular payments like your normal loans. Fine. Next we have personal assets don't need to be pledged. So as you have learned in your LPB, loan methods, various loan methods, okay, secured loan methods, where you have to keep some collateral as a security to avail the loan amount. But in case of venture capital, okay, most venture capital agreements will leave the founder's personal asset outside the discussion. So that means your personal assets are not going to get affected. Fine. Next we have help to raise additional capital. So whoever is your venture capitalist, okay, VC investors, definitely they also like, or they also want that more capital should come to the company, so that the company valuation should increase and they should get better returns in future. And for that now they will also help to bring other investors at the later stage towards your business. So at your various steps you can get the additional capital. Clear? Next we have significant resources. Okay, so if you are going to raise the capital in some other ways, okay, compared to that, venture capital usually gives you the most funding. Okay, if you remember, even at your first step, large amounts of capital can be raised. We have discussed almost the same thing. Bank is not going to give you the loans beyond the limitation, beyond the limited amount. But in venture capital, you can go for the most funding, and that also at your different stages, and you have the different methods available. Through that, whichever method is suitable for you, you can utilize it and you can get your different funding sources. Okay. Next we have based on potential. So just suppose if you're going with your project to a bank, where you have to convince the bank for financing to your project by loan. Okay, bank and your other lenders, okay, required you to prove or required you to give the demo about profitability before their investment. Okay, but your venture capital investors are not like that. They provide capital based on potential. If you are potential, if your idea is potential, if your idea is innovative, then venture capital investors are generally used to invest the capital in your ideas. Okay, because many startup companies are there who are having the great potential, and but they usually have not achieved the profitability level. Okay, so in such scenario, venture capital investment, venture capital financing is the best. Okay, next we have getting a hold of a VC is easy. Okay, so just I am talking about here hold. Okay, that you can search them very easily. Fine, because venture capital firms market open. Okay, even they also they are also interested. Okay, they want to be found and they want to find you. Okay, they are also used to be always in a search of innovator who are having the very nice innovative ideas or who are having the potentiality. Okay, so they are themselves, they are keeping themselves as a open in the market. Okay, because they look for the high quality investment opportunities. Fine, but at the same time number is high. Even if you search on the Google also just the venture capitalist firms, you will get various numbers, and whichever is suitable for your requirement you can approach them. Okay, but always keep remember, they are good in number, high in number, getting them very easy. Fine, but getting their attention is not that much easy. Okay, to get their attention, only two things, that is your innovative idea and your potentiality is going to work out. Clear? So these are your some of the advantages of venture capital financing method. Okay, now we'll check out limitations. Okay, generally I used to avoid saying disadvantages. Limitations. Fine, so first if we'll check the limitation, we have the loss of control. Remember we had the one method, equity participation, where I told that make sure that investors equity participation should not go beyond 49%, just to make sure that entrepreneur should have the ownership still, because ownership in entrepreneurship will have the 51% of equity shares. That means ownership will be still with him only, but it always not going to happen. Okay, and specifically when you are trading equity for their fund, okay, you may lose a significant portion of your autonomy within your company, and just make sure that you are going to buy back those equity shares or pay them back, okay, the money you have raised on time. Otherwise, there is a chance that you will lose your control. Okay, and even the second one also we can relate there, risk of losing ownership. If you're going to raise more than 49% of equity shares, okay, or if you're going to allow the investors more than 49% of equity participation in your business, automatically ownership will get lost. You will not have the ownership. So please be prepared, okay, to just hand over some shares of your company to your venture capitalist. Okay, there is a risk. You have to run the business, you have to gain the profit, but always keep remember, you have to hold the ownership. Okay, if you are just thinking for it's okay, I just want capital, let me raise some extra equity participation, or let me give some extra shares of my company to the venture capitalist, then it is possible that you will lose the ownership of your company. Okay, so you have to keep control also, and you have to play very safely. Now, it's not like out of subject I'm going, okay, but it's not like very hard request to you. But if you are free, okay, if you are free, generally you are very busy, but if you are free, then on Netflix, okay, there is a movie based on startup. Okay, one movie is there based on startup, and it will tell you exactly the same thing, how getting the venture capital finance can take your business from 0 to 10, but how if you are going to let your venture capitalist to control each and everything, every matters of your business, then you are going to lose the ownership. Okay, then next we can go for the limitation, time lag. Okay, so as we have learned in the meaning only, venture capital is naturally all about high risk and high reward. Okay, but due to the risk, okay, it may take a longer time. They, that is your venture capitalist, may take the longer time to decide whether I have to invest or not. Okay, that is the period between funding a venture capitalist and getting the splash of cash. Okay, that period may result as a disadvantage for you, because if the venture capitalist will take too much time to decide about their investment in your business, and in that gap if somebody else will come in the market with the same similar type of idea, then definitely you will have the disadvantage. Okay, next we have give rise to conflicts of interest. Okay, investors not only holding a controlling stakes in your startup, but also a chair among the board of members. Okay, so whenever you will have the discussion, okay, about any decision making, definitely there will be a conflict of interest between, that is your investor and the owner. Owner wants to take the business towards the growth. Definitely investor also wants to take the business towards the growth, but same time investor is interested in return on the investment. Okay, and this gives the very nice conflict of interest between owner and the investor. Fine, and even definitely it will affect your decision making methods or maybe the final decision. Next we have a willing VC can be challenging. Remember in your advantage I told you that you have the good number of venture capitalist firms. Okay, but same time I told you that getting their attention is not that much easy. Same is here. Okay, approaching your venture capital firm or investor can be a challenging. Okay, and specifically if you are means that is your startup entrepreneur who are not having the network. Okay, if you don't have a proper network, then approaching the venture capitalist will become a difficult task for you. Okay, so please increase your network area, and you have to convince them to invest in your business. And for convincing, while discussing about the advantage also, I told you only two things will play very good role. One is your innovative idea and another is your potentiality. Fine. So if you have these things, that is your proper network, your best idea, and best means your innovative idea and your potentiality, then it will be an advantage. But if you don't have, then it will be a challenging limitation. Okay. Then next we have overall cost of financing is expensive. Okay. So how it is expensive? See, remember the methods. Equity you can give in your company. Okay. So for the time being, you will feel that I have just given the equity and it is inexpensive, okay, compared to taking out a loan. But definitely the cost of equity is realized when the business is sold. Okay, if too much of intervention from your investor and too much of holdings goes in the hand of investors, then you have to sell your business to those your investors only, and you have to leave it. Okay, so it may become expensive also for you because it was your idea, it was your company, but just because of the venture capitalist financing, you are now at a situation or position to sell that your own business to the investors or maybe to someone else with whom your investors are interested. Okay. Next we have funds are released on a performance schedule. Performance always matter. Okay. Without performance, nobody is going to take a look towards you. Okay. Because always we used to say action used to speak. Fine. So here also in your venture capital financing, for various stages you have a venture capital financing facility, but you have to keep your performance on mark. If your performance is on mark, definitely will get the funds also at a different stages. But if anywhere your performance is not up to the market requirement and investors' interest, then you can't go for extra funding. So please make sure you are going to perform very well. Fine. So these are your some of the limitations. Limitations, one or two you can't avoid, but maximum limitations like loss of control, risk of losing ownership, then your conflicts, then your challenges, fine, overall cost. These all if you will keep eyes perfectly on those things, and from starting only if you will keep a proper control on those things, then this will not turn as a disadvantage for you. But if you're going to take it for granted, then maybe your business venture capitalist will take your business only for granted and they will acquire it. Okay, so be careful. So this much for the day. So go for it, study properly. Okay, see you in the next class. Thank you.